Hi there, my friends. Namaste. I'm Jill Loftus of Nuit Astrology. Welcome to your Planetary Energy Forecast for the week of November 21st, 2022. Now, one of the things that tones this entire week is we're still managing the square, the difficult angle of energy that's coming from Mars in Chatty Gemini over to the Neptune in Pisces, which, kind of is great for inspiration and for dream work and things like that, but it has trouble getting things to be concrete or true, right? It's good at polishing up the edges. This clash of energy is something to keep in mind, especially because if you're in the United States, we have American Thanksgiving this week, and this energy, as I've been saying throughout this time period where they've been in this difficult angle to each other, it can really amp rhetoric. It can really make people want you to understand their way of thinking and their opinion, right? So tone that in the entire week with that energy. But another thing to keep in mind this week is that we have a very distinct vibe shift again. We have Venus and Mercury moving very closely together, and they're following the sun. And so this week we begin to shed some of that intense Scorpio energy and shift into sunny Sagittarius. Now, high vibing that Sagittarius is, it's pretty easy to do, right? Be the philosopher, be worldly, study, learn, debate, but it can also be very spontaneous energy. It can be, as you've heard me say before, hoof and mouth energy because Sagittarius is a centaur. So, the key is to stay grounded throughout the week. Now, we start off the week with the exact bringing together of Mercury and Venus in the sign of Sagittarius. And I'm really seeing this as a heart-mind merger. So really think about what you want to study, what you want to learn, what philosophies you wish to espouse, maybe something you want to understand or learn more about, something you want to teach. And you don't have to be a formal teacher in order to teach, right? In order to educate, in order to help share knowledge, help to, make the world smaller by understanding other people, other cultures, other states of mind. So, lovely start to the week. On the 22nd, we have Sun into Sagittarius, so happy solar return to my Sagittarius friends. It's kind of a big week for you. Because right after that, on the 23rd, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. Now, keep in mind, on the 22nd, I'm looking at this moon in Scorpio coming together with the South Node, remember? And so the South Node, North Node are right now at 13 degrees. South Node, Scorpio, North Node, Taurus. That North Node in Taurus is only 3 degrees away from that Uranus. So there could be some sudden understanding, sudden awarenesses, things coming out of the blue. So stay attuned to that. You have to stay adaptable with that much energy flowing, but that moon might really amplify some deep inner feelings that might emerge. I really see it as a very karmic day. Now, they're also going to square down. They're both going to square down to, and the moon as well, down to that Saturn and Aquarius, right? Which wants us to be forward thinking, which wants us to be concerned about the collective, who wants us to create a future that is good for all, right? Where each person's individuality and uniqueness comes together to make the collective, right? So watch for some themes like that around Tuesday. So this new moon is at 1 degree of Sagittarius, very beginning of the sign. It's at 5:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And literally moments later at 6:02, Jupiter moving direct, stationing direct, and Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. So I really see this as an abundant blessing new moon. We haven't had a whole lot of groovy new moons, and so I want you to really figure out where that 1 degree is in your chart and set some audacious intentions. How do you want to expand into the world? How do you want to make your world more the tapestry of your world more complete? I think one of the biggest issues in the world right now is that there are people who are bored. And it blows my mind how you can be bored when there's this fascinating world out there, right? But if you're looking at it too much in, just the one-dimensional realm of looking at video or only watching other people live their lives, right? And not actually going out there and doing it, perhaps that's what could breed that. But really think about how you want to make your world bigger. And that doesn't mean you have to become an extrovert if you're an introvert, or change the way you live. It's about changing the way you think and the way you approach the acquisition of knowledge and understanding. All right, so I really dig this moon. And just before the moon is new, it's going to come through Scorpio and trine over to the Neptune in Pisces, very inspired, and trine to Jupiter right before Jupiter stations direct. So I love this day. So take some time and make sure you're like conscious. Get on my email list. I send out a new moon newsletter and I have all kinds of journaling questions and great tips for you. And I did just post a video also for a guided general meditation for new moon intention setting. So maybe give that a go as well. Now on the 24th, which is Thanksgiving Day in the United States, the moon is still going to be in Sagittarius, and it's going to conjunct the Venus and the Mercury, right? So we're going to have Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, all in that Sagittarius vibe, right? People are going to want to have a good time. Jupiter will have just gone direct. It's in Pisces. So you've got to moderate your appetites. There's going to be this more, let's do it. Let's experience it. Let's have it. Let's enjoy it. I did a holiday video and I said, this is like this is the Thanksgiving where they're going to be like, everybody bring 10 side dishes, you know, but that excess can really get out of hand, right? It can just be, you know, not just uncomfortable, but just, you know, too much, right? So, tone it back a little bit, be aware that that energy is there, and you know, and enjoy the day, right? There's a nice sextile from the moon on that day over to the Saturn. Again, grounding, foundationing, right? So, you know, take that attitude of gratitude and really enjoy that time. And then, you know, we have a couple pretty quiet days. On the 27th, the moon in Capricorn is going to send a nice sextile to Neptune in Pisces. It's also going to come together with Pluto anytime the moon is in Capricorn, right? It's going to meet up with Pluto. Sextile to Jupiter in Pisces. I'm really seeing this day as a good day to kind of like get ideas for how to make conscious positive change. You know, Pluto is wrapping up that Capricorn lessons, right? Pluto is really finishing up and is going to dip into Aquarius just barely. It's only going to get to the 0 degrees next March, right? For a few months and then go back. And those are going to be the final completion months for that journey since 2008 of Pluto and Capricorn. So this is impacting the collective, but it's impacting you too. And so the 27th might be a good day to get some tips, some ideas about what loose ends you need to tie up to move forward and be ready for Pluto in Aquarius. Well, I hope you found this useful, helpful. It would be great if you would comment, like, and share it with your friends. It helps the channel to grow. I do, before I play the tarot, I do want to mention I have a couple of promotions on my website right now. If you purchase a gift certificate for a 1.5-hour deep dive session, you will receive also a recorded video of a brief overview of the 2023 Astrology for You. So you can gift that gift certificate to someone else. You can use it next year if you plan to get a reading with me. But it's just a nice way to kind of say thank you for your support and also offer you just a little taste of what's going to be happening for you in 2023. I also have a new course that I'm launching, Life Transformation Course. This is a course that I taught for years to hundreds of people through my yoga studio that I used to own. And it brings in all the outer limbs of yoga, the more deeper teachings of yoga, and it's an 8-week online course. I'm currently offering it at a discount. So please hop on the website and check that out. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say about managing this energy. I'll see you in that segment. Bye. Okay, here we are with our Lotus Tarot spread for the astrology of November the 21st, that entire week. As you know, this spread indicates 2 possible ways to work with the energies this week. Sometimes it has strong opinions on what we should be doing. Sometimes it just gives 2 potential ways to work with the outcome equally positive. So let's see what the cards have to say this week. Thank you for your patience as I shuffle and tune in. All right. So the card that we always start out with is the what influence of the past, what's been going on, and we've got the High Priestess card here. So we have this kind of, you know, we're all on this path of spiritual growth, right? That's the point of all these experiences that we have, right? And so this is an indicator that, you know, you've really been doing really well with the eclipse energies. Good job. Now the present, you in the present, you're just trying to maintain balance, right? Equilibrium. It's a crazy time of year. The energy is a lot. So yes, trying to stay balanced in our approach and in our life and our mental health. Number 3 is the environment that we're dealing with. And this is an indicator, this 3 of Pentacles, that we are working on something, right? We have made some initial inroads, some initial steps in the right direction, but we're still at a formative stage here. So keep that in mind. Now, the beginning of the culmination, as these all come together, there is something here that we have to walk away from. This is the 8 of Cups, the abandonment. As you know, I call this the Tupac Shakur card, right? Leaving the pieces on the floor and moving the fuck on. There is something we have to turn our back on, even though we may feel like we've put a lot of time, energy, resources into something. It is time to walk away. So keep that in mind for the week. Now, the core of the future, the key to the future is abundance. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in the house. This is awesome. So this is a reminder that you have everything. You know, it's a karmic law that you are never given a challenge that you do not have the tools to manage. And so that is, I find that infinitely comforting. Not always, but most of the time I find it very comforting. It's like, wow, okay, whatever this is, everything in my life prior to this has led to experiences that created the skills that I have to manage this situation. So you have the resources, whether they're financial, whether it's knowledge-based, you've got what you need, and don't forget it. All right. The opposing forces in play with this 10 of Pentacles, we've got the 4 of Pentacles, which is being conservative, cautious, keeping, you know, not overspending, but also not overspending your time and energy on things, maybe not sharing your plans with everyone. This is just a little bit of a conservative approach to things. And the other way is to focus on home. This is the 4 of Wands, one of the cards I call the happy family cards. But this is, you know, kind of taking action in order to create a stable and secure home life. All right, so it's kind of like this approach of either like kind of like dealing with your entire family or like more of an independent approach to this, to these resources. So you might have to have some conversations. Near future key card, 5 of Pentacles. A sense of lack. This could be a big bump in the economy. This could be a bump in your own personal orbit. Something that makes you feel like you are lacking funds, lacking resources, lacking support. You feel like an outsider. You feel like you are not welcome, like you don't have what you need. All right, so we've got to watch and manage this lack mindset because lack attracts lack, man. All right. Now the modifiers for this 5 of Pentacles. On one side, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. So this idea that, you know, we started out with that 3 of Pentacles, we're building something. So this is something where you're really applying energy to your future by studying, by working, by putting in the hours. The opposite is the Ace. Well, hello. That was fun. Was it? Not really. But thank you for your patience. I probably won't even edit that out. Ace of Pentacles here. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is, wow, I'm really looking for emotional fulfillment here. I am really starting something new. So on the other side, it's working on something you've been doing for a while, right? And you're honing, you're refining, you're gaining more wisdom. The other potentiality we have here is starting something new that's really fulfilling. Paired with those 8 of Pentacles, we've got this Page of Swords, which is an indicator that you can be feeling kind of childish, insecure, lazy, not wanting to do the work. So that is something you might need to moderate, right? It's easy when you're working towards a goal to lose hope, right? Or focus. And then over with the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. There's some really karmic repercussions to this potential new beginning. You know, it's almost like you've already put the wheels in motion. And so if you realize that you have to start something new, the support will definitely be there. I'm not saying it might not be challenging, but the support will be there. It will feel very natural, like a natural evolution of things. All right, and then the last set of cards for this week, Knight of Wands. All right, so this can indicate anger or energy. We'll have to see what the modifying card is for that one. On the other side, we've got the Strength card. So this is more of a yin, compassionate, you know, strength through gentleness, strength through love, strength through acceptance. Paired with that Knight of Wands, we've got the Star. So this is the card that comes after the Tower. This indicates healing. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, if you're pursuing, you're moving forward with this thing that you've been working on for a while, there might be some interference from others. That might be the Page of Swords. It could be you. I would say paired with this Knight of Wands, you've just got to get back in the saddle. You got to fight for what you want. And it's got to be good for you in the long run, right? You got to look at the big picture, the long-term energy here. On the other side, paired with the Strength card, we have the Nine of Swords, which indicates that even though you might be breaking out onto this new pathway and really feeling like, you know what you're doing, you will have moments of doubt, all right? It doesn't mean it's going to be a straight line, simple, all right? You might be waking up in the night thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing? All right. So, but realize that, that these are constructs in the mind. You do have the skills. You can do it. So interesting. Two different pathways of energy here. I see this one as being a little bit more collaborative, inviting your lover, your family, you know, people that you are, you know, really just kind of like bringing them into this new idea. And over on this side, it's more about like, you've been on this, you've been doing it for a while, you got to keep drilling on it. Don't give up. All right, I hope that was helpful. Have a great week. Bye.